Hello, welcome, yogis. I'm glad you could join me today. So, today's little practice is all about that right and left brain integration. And like to use these kinds of practices because it helps to strengthen that midline, that corpus callosum that joins our right and left brain, helps to help strengthen it and communicate between sides a little bit better. And a lot of times these kinds of practices will help to generate a nice little calm to you. So especially if you're feeling anxious or you got some things going on in your life, this can be a nice little practice to use. Good for maybe afternoon or an evening practice. I hope you enjoy our practice. Today, you'll need just one block. We'll have that handy, a blanket as usual if you'd like to pad your knees. So let's begin. We're going to come down on our knees and just start in a child's pose. So grab your block. Pad your knees if you like, because we're going to do another pose right after this one that's on our knees. So you might want to grab your blanket right away and pad your knees. So your block, and even if you don't use a block to place under your head, sometimes it can be nice for anyone whose forehead doesn't quite meet the earth just to place a block under it. But we're all going to use the block today. So we just come down into child's pose, place the block so it just goes right under your forehead. You can release your arms down by your sides or stretch them out in front of you. And we'll just sort of rock back and forth. Your block will be just on or right underneath your third eye, right between that space between your eyebrows. I want to just rock here a few moments. Let's generate some calm, start connecting to our bodies, landing on our mats. This is your time. As usual, always making sure that if anything moves you into a painful situation, that you back away. And then releasing that, coming back up to hands and knees. You just move that block out away from you from the side. And we're just going to start with a little bit of spinal balance. And all this practice, by the way, uses a lot of opposite arm and opposite leg, or opposite arm to leg. And so we'll be doing right arm, left leg a lot. So on this, we'll start by stretching out the left leg and stretching out the right arm in front of you, toe pointed down. Your foot can just lift off the mat a little bit, or if you like to lift it higher, have it in line, your heel in line with your spine, and your hand reaches in front of you. Have your gaze point down right in front of you. Releasing, lower that hand and the knee back to the earth. Inhale, right leg, left arm stretches out, nice long lines. Exhale, knee and hand come back to the mat. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, back to the mat. And this time we're going to stay. So just keep breathing, stretching out the right arm and left leg, toe pointing down. And keep balance. Exhale, your hand and knee back. And then let's do the other arm. So left arm and right leg. Stretches out. Inhale, you lengthen a little bit more. Exhale, you soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. And exhaling your hand and knee back down to the mat. And then we'll just sit it back just for a moment in child's pose, taking your pause between the poses. These pauses are always as important as the pose, as it helps to make a little bit of brain changes. So let's just bring your hands back towards your knees and then walk them back to your feet, and then slowly, slowly roll yourself up just like a rag doll. Always taking your time when you come up from the mat. And come up to Tadasana or mountain pose. Okay, so from there, let's just do a little bit of empty coat sleeves. So placing your feet about as wide as your shoulders. And all we're going to do is just swing our arms and lift that opposite heel. Let your eyes just go around the room, seeing all the colors and the shapes. And allow that one hand just to tap lightly on your lower back, on your kidney area. Just releasing, let your shoulders go, let your knees be soft. Follow your hands, let your eyes move around. And then let's slow it down. And come back into mountain pose or Tadasana, releasing here. Let your breath settle. Maybe you can feel a little bit more energy in your body, a little bit more tingly just with that movement. Okay, let's go into a moving mountain. So feet about hip width apart, which is usually about 2 fist widths. That's pretty close to a nice stance. Level out your feet, of course. You always want to spread those toes nice and wide to ground into the four corners of your feet. And what we'll do is we'll come up onto our toes and have one arm going up as the other one stays at shoulder height. Exhale, both arms go down. Inhale, shoulder height, and then the other arm will go up and the other one will stay at shoulder height. So we'll do that a few times and then we'll hold it. So inhale, arms up to shoulder height. The right arm continues to go up, coming up on your toes if you like to get a little bit of balance into worked in there. Exhale, lower everything back down to the earth. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Left arm continues to go up, coming up on your toes. Exhale, lower it all down. Always find that gaze point about 3 feet in front of you on the floor, or maybe on the wall works better. Right arm up. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, left arm rises up. Exhale, lower it down. This time when the right arm goes up, we'll stay for a few breaths. So inhale, maybe reaching a little bit taller. Exhale, soften the elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften. Inhale, reach. And then let's take it all the way down. We'll take that little bit of a pause before we go to the other side. And then let's do the other side. So inhale, arms up. Left arm continues all the way up as your right arm is just shoulder height. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. The heels come down halfway also. Inhale, reach. Exhale, soften. Inhale, reach. And exhale it all back down. And we'll just pause there. You notice now that we did both sides, maybe both arms feel a little bit more equal. Okay, so let's go into this is a lateral movement. It's sort of a lateral, but it's not really a triangle. It's just a lateral bend. We'll just go with that. So your left foot, take a nice wide stance on your mat. Your left foot will turn in slightly, and then your right toes will point to the front of your mat. Knees can be straight. You can have certainly a little soft bend in them if that's more comfortable for you. So always making sure that you're grounded good. Your whole foot is resting on the earth and you're grounded and stable. So inhale the arms up about shoulder height. Just tick-tock over to the right. Let your left arm come up maybe over your head or just straight up. Inhale back to our starting point. And then inhale, reaching long, starting to stretch out that whole left side of the body. Inhale, back to starting. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to start. And inhale, lengthen. We'll stay here. So inhale, lengthen through that left side. And exhale, bend your elbow, your left elbow, take it down, and then looking down towards your foot, if it's available to you. Inhale, you can follow that left hand back up as it reaches long. Exhale, bend the elbow, looking down. Inhale, reach, looking up. Exhale, draw that shoulder down your back as your elbow reaches behind you. And then inhale as we're looking up. Let's stay here. Really feel that opening in that side body. Feel like you can breathe a little bit more. Opening up all those intercostal muscles. And your choice where you want to look up, you want to look straight ahead, or you want to look down. Your practice. Okay, one more. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale. Let's bring it all the way back down. Turn your feet towards the front. And maybe just close your eyes and notice all those rich sensations along that left side of the body. They can feel very different, always comparing one side to the other. And always taking your time with this. It comes over time. So if you can't feel anything right away, just notice. Sometimes it might be just in one little spot, and that's fine. Whatever you notice is just fine. So let's do the other side. So right toe is pointed in slightly, a little bit of a 45-degree angle. Left toe pointed towards the other end of your mat. Inhale, arms up halfway, raise shoulder height. Exhale, tick-tock over to the left. Inhale, back to starting. You can keep a soft bend in that front knee if you like. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, back to starting. Inhale, reach long. Follow your hand with your eyes. Exhale, back to start. This time we'll stay. Inhale, reaching long. If you want, your arm can come up a little bit more over your head, or it can just stay straight up above you. So your choice. And so inhale, reach long. Exhale, bend your elbow, look down at your foot. Inhale, reach long with that right arm. Exhale, bending your elbow, draw your shoulder down your back, look down at your foot. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, bend the elbow, looking down at your foot. Inhale, reach long. This time we'll stay for a few breaths. So again, your choice. You can either look up, you can look straight ahead, or you can look down. And then feel that stretch along the other side of the body. And always inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we soften a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. And inhale one more time. And then let's bring ourselves back up to starting. Lower your arms down beside you. Let's take a little quick pause and notice the sensations along the right side of your body, maybe right from your hip. I know mine is usually from my hip to my shoulder and my arm also that I notice the most, but sometimes down into the thigh. Okay, from here, we're in a wide stance. So let's balance it off with a little bit of wide leg forward fold. And this time we're going to, as we go up, we're going to cross our hands like right at our wrists. And then we'll use that, we'll keep that same cross as we're coming down. And then we'll switch the next time and have the other hand crossed in front. So inhale, arms up, crossing at your wrists. Exhale, let that releasing forward, keeping your cross of your wrists, keeping soft bend in your knees. Inhale, flatten as we come up. Lower your hands back down to your sides. Inhale, reaching tall. See if you can remember what hand you crossed in front last time and switch the cross. Exhale, lower it back down. Releasing your head towards the earth or wherever you can go. Inhale, reach long as we come up, flat back, switch the cross of your wrist. Exhale, lower down, releasing down. Inhale, lengthen as we come up, switch the cross of your wrist. See if you could remember. Exhale, soften, roll yourself down as you release down. And this time we'll stay and just maybe bending into one leg, bending into the other leg, side to side, your choice. Just releasing the back line of our bodies. Taking a couple breaths. And then let's inhale it all the way up, flat back, reach long, and arms release down to our sides. Okay, so let's bring our feet together, give it a little bit of shake to roll them out. Okay, so let's continue with this right left thing. And what we're going to do is lift opposite, like we're using our arm to lift our leg, and then we'll switch. Is there a cross crawl movement? And if your foot can't come up all the way, you can maintain your balance. Just maybe lifting up off your toe is fine. And then maybe challenge yourself to maybe lift a little bit off the mat. But see how you can do with this. So inhale, right arm up, lifts the left leg. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, left arm, lifting the right leg. Make sure you have your gaze point. Lower that foot down from the toes to the heel. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling, left arm lifts the right leg. Exhale, lower. One more time each side. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Lower it down. And left arm, right leg. Lower it down. This time, let's see if we can stay up. So right arm, left leg. See, even challenge yourself. Maintain that balance. Really grounding into that right foot. And exhale, lower it down. Let's try the other foot. So the left arm, right leg. And chances are one side is always easier than the other. And just note how your left foot has sort of been moving and jiggling around. And that's all those little nerve endings helping to keep us in balance. And exhale, lower it back down. Good job. Just give yourself a little bit of a shake there to wiggle it out before we go into the next pose. All right, so let's do an eagle. We're going to do an eagle with our legs and our arms. And again, on your arms, eagle is just crossing your right arm over your left. I'll just move over to the side. So you can see if that doesn't work, just maybe just put your hands together if you can't quite reach them, or just have them up side by side like this. Whatever works for you, you can also have them over your shoulders. So just do it like that. That will work also. So it's about switching the cross of your hands. It's really what we're getting into. And on your legs, you can just leave your toe on the floor when you cross over, or you can challenge yourself by lifting it up a little bit more. For those of you really bendy people, if you get your foot behind your ankle on your standing leg, go for it. I'm not there, and I never will be. So that is not how my body works. All right, so let's get our balance on our left foot first. Make sure you maintain your balance there. You know you have your balance. Find that gaze point all in front of you that you can focus on. Let's start with the legs. So you can just cross your right leg over your left. Maybe just have it start with your toe on the floor. You can have a soft bend in your left leg, arms up at shoulder height in cactus, crossing your right arm over your left. Find that gaze point again on the earth. Inhale here, and then exhale. We see if we can sit it back a little bit, bending into that front knee, maybe lifting the toe up off the floor so you're balancing on your left foot. And keep breathing. And then inhale, arms come back out, toe, your right foot releases back to the earth. We'll just notice first the sensations on that left leg, our standing leg, before we go into the other side. All right, so other side. So grounding first into that right foot. Make sure you have your balance. Make sure your whole foot's on the floor. Your toes are spread nice and wide. Let's take that left foot, just cross it over for now. Again, we can challenge ourselves later by lifting up that toe. Have a little soft bend in that right leg. Inhale, arms out at shoulder height, about cactus arms, crossing the left arm over the right in your eagle. And then let's see if we can sit it back a little bit, maybe lifting that left toe off the floor so you're standing on your right leg. And once again, anchor into your gaze point. One pointed focus. And if you fall out, no big deal. Just come right back in. And then let's release, arms release. Feet stretch back out. Okay, let's just do a little bit of shaking, a little bit of rebounding to release everything we worked into that one. Okay. And so shaking is always good. It helps to relieve tension. And just let the breath go. Okay. All right. So let's take it back down to the mat. We'll come down, we'll do a few sunbirds and go into a couple more poses down on the mat. So come down on your mat, pad your knees if you like. And we'll start with a sunbird, and you can go up into down dog if you like, but we'll do sunbird to child's pose, or not sunbird, hands, we'll do tabletop or all fours, how we are, into a child's pose, back to tabletop, and then you can go up into a nice little easy down dog if you like. If not, just with down dog's not in your wheelhouse today, just keep going back into child's pose, okay? So this is all about working our back, and we're trying to balance off all those opposite arm, leg things that we were just doing. So let's work with this. So hands out just maybe a little bit in front of our shoulders. Inhale, chin comes up, come forward slightly. And your back, you'll see that it's sort of angled down, where your tummy is reaching towards the earth, of course. Exhale, rounding the back, sitting it back into forearms first, forehead, and then your hips towards your heels. Inhale, draws yourself forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, maybe lifting the hips back up and back, stretching it into down dog. Exhale, lower knees back down to the earth. Inhale, come forward a little bit. Exhale, rounding your back, coming down, forearms, forehead, and then your hips towards your heels. Inhale, draws yourself forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, keep your knees bent. It's all about lengthening through the arms. Exhale, knees back to the earth. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round, sit it back, forearms, forehead, and then hips towards your heels. Inhale, coming back into down dog. And this time, if you like, you can stay. If you were just moving into child's pose, you can stay in child's pose. So in the down dog, let's lengthen through the arms, hugging the armpits into the earth, really grounding through those fingertips. Hips are lifted up and back. And your knees can be still bent if you like. If you like, you can try and walk out the dog. So placing, see if one heel will go to the earth, raise the other one. And then you can bend both knees and see if both heels can reach towards the earth a little bit more. If not, no worries. And then exhale, lower it all back down, knees back down to the earth. And let's everyone sit it back into child's pose. Rest, let your arms and your breath settle. You can turn your palms up if you like. Okay, so let's just roll ourselves over. We'll go into a couple of bridges and continue to balance ourselves off a little bit. Just move your things out of the way. So come down to lie on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor. If you're, it can feel actually quite nice, and it's good also if you're having any knee issues, anything, maybe have your feet, a little bit wider apart. You can try that out so that you can engage your gluteal muscles a little bit more. Otherwise, it's about engaging that inner thighs and your glutes to come up. So pressing into your feet, your arms can just stay down beside you. And we're going to inhale, lifting up the hips, getting them out, pressing into the feet. Your practice, maybe you only want to come up halfway the first time. Exhale, lower from the top of your spine down to your sacrum. Inhale, pressing into your feet, engage your glutes, engage the inner thighs to help lift the hips up. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, engage, lifting up. See if you can flatten the neck, back of the neck more into your mat. Exhale, lower it back down. And this time when we come up, we're going to stay. So inhale, engage the glutes, inner thighs, bring your chest towards your chin, flattening the back of the neck, really grounding down through your shoulders, grounding down into your feet. Just hold. Always on your exhale, you might want to soften a little bit. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, engage. One more time. And then let's lower it all the way down on your exhale. Once your hips meet the earth, just draw your knees in. Maybe rock from side to side a little bit. From here, we're just going to move right into a spinal twist. So arms out at shoulder height on the floor, palms facing down. Inhale here, exhale. Let's lower them down towards the right, maybe halfway. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower them to the left, about halfway. Inhale back to center. And certainly if there's anything going on in your back or you feel more comfortable, just keep your feet on the floor and just lower your knees from side to side. Halfway is working from one side to the other, always inhaling to come back up. Exhale, release. Maybe each time you get a little bit further. This is great because we could maybe turn our head to the other side. We're working really with both sides of the body. Okay, so the next time their knees come over to the right, we'll stay. If you like, you can just place your right hand on the top of your left thigh, looking over your left shoulder, working towards grounding that left shoulder towards the earth more. If there's anything, again, in your arm and maybe it's more comfortable for you, just to bend your left elbow, bring it in closer to your body. Few breaths here. And then let's inhale, knees back to the center. Let them release over to the left side. Again, and then looking over your right shoulder. Again, if you like, feels nice, just place your left hand on the top of your right thigh. Looking out over the right shoulder again. Our knees are now to the left, our shoulder and our head are towards the right. So we're using both sides. This is always such a good one to do near the end of the practice. And sometimes to do it the front for other reasons, but this is a great way to just bring equilibrium back. Inhale, knees back to the center. And then let's hands on your knees. Do our little Apanasana at the end to balance. So inhale, lengthen through the arms. Always keep contact with your knees. Exhale, let your knees come in towards your tummy to push out your air. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hugging in. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hug. From there, place your feet back on the floor. You can stretch it out into a Shavasana. I'm going to sit up as it's a little bit more comfortable for me to guide you through and do a little short Shavasana. So your legs are stretched out, feet about as wide as your mat, arms released down beside you. You can certainly stay here longer if you like. We'll do. It's always nice to have at least a good minute to just settle, relax, and release, to allow your bodies, all the poses that we did, to integrate into your body and make the changes. So let's just start. We're working a lot with the right and left side of the body. Let's just start by taking your awareness to the right side of your body, your whole right side of the body. And imagine that it is just feeling and giving sensations and awareness to the whole left side of the body. And then from the left side of the body, let's see if, imagine that whole left side of the body. Imagine your sensations and the awareness you're giving to the right side of the body. Always just take your time with these. Now let's go back to the right side of the body and just imagine that is taking care of your left side of the body. Whole left side is being taken care of by the right side. And then your left side of the body is taking care of your right side of the body. Any place that you feel needs more care today. And then let's go back to that right side and imagine your inhale is filling up the whole right side of the body, and your exhale is filling the whole right side of the body. Left side, inhaling the whole left side of the body, and exhaling through the whole left side of the body. One more time each side. Right side, inhaling through the whole right side. Exhaling the whole right side. Inhaling the whole left side. Exhaling the whole left side. Now let's take an inhale for the whole body and exhaling through the whole body. One more time on your own. And then let's take our awareness down that central channel from the crown of your head, down through your third eye center, and through your throat, center of your chest, center of your abdomen, and your navel, and your pelvic floor. And releasing here, let it all go. And I'll just leave you in Shavasana if you feel like you'd like to stay there a little bit longer. You're welcome to do that. And I'll close our practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day.